Morning. Good morning. It's Friday, March 20th, 2021. Got ourselves a nice new year here. We're in spring officially tomorrow, but heck, feels like spring here in Southern California. Everything is blooming and so excited. It gives you this urgency of like, let's go do something, and gives us this hope, I feel. Or maybe it's just me, but it feels so good just to see things bloom. And we finally had a big dump of rain here in California, so it's a really good time to plant seeds while the dirt is wet, and you just stick them in the earth real quick and watch them go. So there's a couple things I want to talk about today. My name is Debbie McKee. I always forget to say that. Debbie McKee, crystal healer. I'm an energy healer, light worker, earth worker. I can see deep inside a body, and I don't always see the front side of the body. I see inside the body. So I see your soul, what I call the soul pole inside you. So I'm a reader, but I'm a healer. So I like to show you how to do your own healings and your own readings and get more aware of your body, yourself around you, and prepping around you in your own home. So you can get anything done. You can make anything happen. You can heal anything yourself. You pull Holy Spirit in and you can make things work. Okay. So we're going to talk about a couple of things, and I work with a lot of crystals. So I have a couple. I tried to cut it down this time to just a few crystals, so I'm not talking so darn fast, as I have a habit of that. So we're going to call this spring cleaning. And so cleaning, clearing, and cleansing. All right. So there's a couple main simple crystals that you can use to help you cleanse yourself and clean yourself so that you open up, so you make more room. You literally make more room in your system and your world so that you have more room to come in, new things to come in, such as your goals, your dreams, people, connections. It all starts coming in. It's energy work, it's earth work. We're on the earth, so it's earth work. It's also kind of like a feng shui thing. Like when you clean out your house and you clean out your cupboards and you clean out your drawers, and then all of a sudden there's more room for new things to come in. And hopefully we don't just shop like mad and just pack our cupboards all up again with a bunch of stuff we don't need again. But anyway, you can do this with energy. And there's a couple simple crystals you use to make this start, okay? But I wanted to initially, because this is a big thing that I do every day, is with your sage, and you don't have to use a whole tightly wound bundle. They take a little longer to light, so I harvest it, and you get they grow in these little clusters. I break off a leaf, and then I light it. I like to use matches though, usually, but for this purpose, we use this. And my feathers that I collect. And this is a way of cleansing. Let's see if I get this in front of the camera. There we go. There's your smoke. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay. So there, we're cleansing you right now. There we go. Where are the lens? So we're cleansing you. Just close your eyes and feel a little bit of this is called smudging. So it has a kind of micro clearing of your room, your lungs, even if you have lung issues, your lungs, your room, the energies, and absolutely in your house and your energy. So it clears the negative energies and keeps the positive energies. Woo, don't want to set the rest of things on fire here. Sorry, a little nervous. All right, so here we go. So that's your sage. So we start with sage, we'll end with sage, and start your little bit of a clearing, okay? So what else did I want to say about sage? I do it every morning. You get your coffee or tea going in the morning. I have a candle on the stove. You have your sage on the stove. You get your coffee and tea going. Then you light the sage. You go back to your tea. Then you go back to bed. So it's kind of simple like that. It doesn't have to be a big one. But if you need a big one, I can show you how to do that too. Okay, so that's the sage. So the spring cleaning, spring clearing. There's something I want to say about gardening. So we've just had our rain, I said, and then you can take some seeds. But there's something I'd love for you guys to try is when you have some seeds, whether I'm trying some multi-flower seeds, I just want more color out there. Of course, I've got some other specific vegetables and stuff, and some of those have rules like peas and beans, and they're going to trail up. But if you take some, like the multi-flower mix, this is a really good time to do that, where you poke the hole in and you put an intention for you into that seed when you're putting it into the ground and then covering it up. I'm going to grow bountifulness in my garden and in my life. I am releasing people who have been holding me back. And when I see this flower, it's going to open up my life to new possibilities, stuff like that. So you can put little words into each plant. And so when those come up in a day, a 2 or 3 or 6 weeks, wherever it is that you live, you'll get this new growth and this new possibility. And you remember, oh, that was when I planted, nice people are going to be coming into my life, or new opportunities, or a new job, or my grandma's going to be fine, or my grandma's talking to me now. Whatever words you want to put in on your plant. So you're planting some thoughts and you're planting your affirmations. Okay. So I wanted to try that. Or if you're sprinkling like a spring mix, and you could throw it out like in a span, and you can just do it for seasons. Like tomorrow's at spring equinox, right? So I like to do it in a season. So it's just 3 months instead of like a whole year. It's a bigger thing, like world peace, Well, we're all working on world peace right now. But so you can go, let's do within new opportunities, or my projects are coming to fruition. That's what I would say. My projects are coming to fruition, because I start a lot of little projects and I tend to do too many projects. And so that'll help me focus on one in particular for spring. Okay, so you can try that. All right. So the number one cleansing rock, I would say, would be selenite. You know me, I love to teach crystals, but selenite is in a lot of my teachings, but they're very, very important. And you most likely have some. If not, it's a good place to start. It's very simple. By the way, there's nothing evil about crystals. Some people think there's like, oh, it's not in the Bible, but they actually talk about Bible crystals. And I would love to do a video on that for you, because even my grandfather had those, and he was minister, like a really kick-ass minister. All right, so here we go. Here's some selenite. So you've probably seen some like this. Somebody wrote, crystals are not evil. Yes, that's true. This is a white selenite wand. This one fell and chipped, so I filed it, which was very tricky. And there's another one. So they're usually round. They're very clear, like the fiber optic goes right through the middle of it, and you have these white lines. So the way to work with these is of course you can use them like this, and you can work on your third eye, you can work on your body and dial it, but it also, you align them with your spine. They work with your spine. So your spine's in the back, but so if you go from the front, right up here to the front, and line them up like this, boop, then you align them, everything in between your spine and your front area, you align yourself, you align your chakras, and you can clear everything out really quickly. These work on your lungs really well. They work on your spine really well. So that's why it says align. So it's with your spine. Your spine, all your little nerves, all your chakras, your breathing, your body parts, everything, spine to brain, goes right to your brain. So this is a really good one to start with. Plus, it is very, very, very white. So it's optically white. So it's as white as it can be. So the Holy Spirit is optically white. It is as white as, it's as colorless, but it's brighter than colorless, right? So that's the Holy Spirit. So when I say call in the white light of the Holy Spirit, I'm talking about selenite white, okay? So these are easy ones to work with. I sometimes get the big ones that are about 20 pounds, and they're a block. And I still want to have a whole garden of those that everyone can walk around in and lay down in. But here's like a little one. This one's pretty sheer, so you can see through me. So the sheerer it is, the stronger it is. So here is a rectangle, and then you can see it's super sheer this way. But this is a nice piece. These are also really good to put your jewelry on, put other crystals on. If a crystal's had some stress and you've been carrying around for a week and you've had a gnarly week. But these are very, very nice to work with. And you can also, this would work really well on your lungs. I don't know about you, but my lungs are pretty strong. I live at the beach, but my lungs are very sensitive because I live at the beach. So anytime I go inland, my lungs get heavy. Or like right now, everybody's smoking so much weed and smoking, and everyone's nervous. That comes in. So then I wake up and I'm a little coffee, or you get the stuff in your throat, or depending on your diet, some foods can give you that phlegm in the back of your throat when you wake up and you're like, and you're coughing and stuff. It can be from your food. And probably the worst thing I eat is white tortillas. And I think those give me phlegm in the morning. So anyway, so this can work on that in the morning, and you just feel that coolness. Your body remembers that energy in your body, and you're like, oh yeah, that's right. The phlegm is gone. It's okay. Everything's fine. So they reassure you. Another type of, they carve them in a bunch of different things. They have little towers. I thought I brought my little towers here. I don't see them right now. This is a chunk. It's kind of like a tower, but it's actually a candle. I've had this one forever, so it's a little schmutzy. And yeah, I have a fake candle in it. But these are the fake candles you can put up higher up in your room or up on shelves where you don't have to worry about them. But if you put a real candle in there, it lights up the whole. Let me try it with that flashlight for you. Whole thing. See, flashlight off, flashlight on. The whole thing glows white. This is a little yellow, but the whole thing will glow. So it can radiate out into your whole house and clear a room super comfortably. You can also put your jewelry in there. I'll set other crystals up inside of it to support them and keep them continually clear, which is really nice in your house, like that one. Da, 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 da. So that my whole house is kind of set up like that with things in my selenite candles. But you know, if your animals get nervous too, they like selenite. Absolutely. That can help settle them down. Besides, you can have your essential oils, your selenite candles, calm your doggies down. All those delivery guys have doggies just exhausted. All right. I have a ton of selenite, but I have some basic ones that I use every day. Selenite, great to help settle pets. Yes. Somebody just wrote that. All right. So here is my main wand that I use on people in the very beginning. It is very schistuous, so it breaks off and kind of splinters. So I always recommend a piece of suede. I had a piece of linen on there for years. That worked too, but a nice organic fabric. Leather kind of forms to your hand, and it can fit your hand a little easier because I pick this up and put it down like 15 times when I'm working on someone, so I don't want to drop it on them. So it's good to have a good, because this is probably about a pound and a half. And then when you wrap the handle, then you can wrap other crystals in it. So I'll tell you what these crystals are in a minute. But these are important rocks for cleansing also. So this one is a wand for, you can feel like if you were here, you could feel this on your hand in the energy, because this is going into your energy field. Your energy field in general is about this high off your body. The more evolved you are, the more you meditate, the more you take care of yourself, the more you pray, the more you get outside and get your energy bigger, it gets, you know, this big, and eventually you can get it this big. And when you're really evolved, it can get 6, 8, 10 feet out. So when you walk in a room, everybody goes, who's that? Because you've got your energy really big. But you don't want to have your energy too far out there, because then you kind of, you know, you're all in spirit and you're not you bump into things and you're not really in your body as much. So there are ways to clear your system, but these are real simple ones. All right. Okay, my last selenite I'll show you. This is a groovy wand, and I want to do a wand show. I'll show you all about the wands and different types and what they do. But this is one I call my wing opener. So it'll help open up your holy self. So this has the selenite here right in the middle. And then so you can see the white light on there. And then these are different white feathers that have come to me. I have white owl in there that have come to me. I have about 7 white owl feathers, I think. And then some are egrets from when I kayak. And then these are the new fluffy ones that are on here. I was up north, up in Washington, almost in Canada, and I came across a whole field of swans. So these are swan feathers, and they were very muddy, but I got them clean. And then this is a pelican wing bone that's really light, and a little stingray bone right here. So my finger fits in there great. All right, so this is my wing opener. But anyway, this is super, super, super cleansing and clearing. Somebody just wrote, how do you clean feathers? Well, a really easy way to do it, like I did with those swan feathers, because it was raining, so the feathers were wet. I used, we have all of our different handy wipes now. I don't worry about the germs from feathers too much, but it was a white feather, so I wanted to get it as white as possible. So I use our handy wipes for our disinfectant wipes, and you can just wipe that down on the feather tons and tons and times in the one direction that the feathers go, the front and the back and the stem. Mostly the germ would be in the stem of it, not on the feather part itself. So you can do that. Okay. I think that's it for selenite. Well, here's another one. This is a weird one. It's called Hourglass Selenite. So it has an hourglass in it. Where'd my flashlight go? See the dark part? So it's white and sort of a tan. So it has an hourglass on the inside of it. They're really trippy, but these work really well. They have a real nice shape to them. Let's see. They're self-healed in these little banded shapes that just fit on your body perfect. So these I put in between your chakras for clearing all your chakras and aligning them also. So because it's a selenite, it's a weirdie. I was introduced to this one like 2 years ago, but they're fun. I like them. I got a couple of wraps so that you can wear them. It's pretty nice. All right, let's see. So that's it with the selenite. How's my time? My time is good. The next one is another very, very, very good basics is Kyanite. So this is your basic color. It's an indigo. This is a pretty big piece, but you can have little tiny pieces. These are just a couple bucks. These are a couple more bucks. They're tiny, but they're very, very powerful. See, they're woody also, but they don't splinter for some reason into your palms the way selenite can. Sorry, I got these crystals on this tray, and the other heavy crystals are dropping them. So I have a bunch of big pieces like these that I keep in my crystal trays to clear they'll clear other crystals very continually, very well. You don't have to wash them. You don't have to sun them constantly. I do moon them to give them more energy, and then a little sun to kind of clear them a little bit. But these are nice. They're sort of an indigo blue. They look like denim. This is your basic color. This one I wore, this is a big one I have wrapped that I wear in a really long chain that it's kind of what I call the crazy side. So if you walk around with one of these really big ones, people are looking at you like, oh, look at her with her big ass crystal. I had a big house smudging last weekend that had a bunch of wild energies in it. And so I wore that for myself. And you can wear it inside your shirt and it'll still like protect your belly and your gut, your heart, if you're going into a situation where you're nervous. And I wasn't nervous, but I was going to be picking up some really wild things and I wanted to make sure they stayed off me, and that made me feel more confident. So if a crystal makes you feel more confident and safe, then it's working, right? It's here also. It's not just the energy. It's not just the mineral makeup. it's also how you feel, what you do with spirit that makes crystals work. They're not just magic, but they do have energies on their own, but you can work more energy on them and then it changes them even further. Okay. All right. Oh, so there's a few colors of kyanite. I'll try to go over them really quick. I have 10 minutes left. So here is a wild one. I've been working this one for about 10 years, I guess. They collect dust and fuzzies. So this is a black kyanite. Let's see if we get this close. And these grow in these strange, like, chew, chew. And so when you have these in your hand, these fit in your hand pretty cool, but you feel the energy shoot off your hand like this. I used to call this elevator crystal because you stand here with one of these on your hands. You know, you have your hand, there's the crystal, here's your hand. You put your hand on top of it like this, and you hold this at your body, and you close your eyes, and you feel your energy going choo, choo. You know, the things you don't need, not your energy, but things you've picked up from others. It shoots them right off your body. So black kyanite is pretty trippy. It's not very attractive, but I'm like really into color right now, so I shouldn't judge it. So they're kind of a lead color, but they have all these little crazy marks, but these are super effective if you find some. It's hard to find some right now, but you can always call me. Okay, my next favorite one is the green kyanite. It's this light baby green, kind of feels like what you'd find in a forest, and this is what I have in my handle. I personally love, 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 love the green one. So I have that in the handle of my selenite wand. I really identify with the green one. I'm very fairy, very mermaid. I feel everything and I collect everything. So the green makes me feel happy and hopeful, and like the energy shoots right off that I don't need. Oh, don't need that. Choo! So it helps amp my vibration up. So it makes me feel really, really good. I like it. Let's see. Let's see if this one will show up. Now, this one's from Australia. Australia has a kyanite that's super aqua. I don't know if it's going to show up. Yep, there we go. And I have 3 of these, and 2 of them I wear. One of my gorgeous clients brought me home from Australia. There we go. So this one has a little bit of green on the top, too. So it's blue and green. I can't look at that light very long. But if you can order any kyanite from Australia, it's super blue. I haven't seen that much from Mexico, that color. But, you know, Australian kyanite. These little words pop up on the screen. Now, there's another color, and I don't see it in here, is an orange kyanite. These fell over last night. It's probably under my chair. Anyway, it's sort of like a blood, almost a blood orange, it's a darker orange color, and it's super good for the sacral, you know. So we collect a lot of things in our sacral, in our loins, who we've slept with, who we've been in love with, who our parent pictures are, our human pictures. A lot of stuff really sticks into in our sacral area, and that's why we get different cysts and tumors, and doctors want to rip it all out. So if you work with orange kyanite, it really helps clear that out even further. I mean, regular kyanite can do it too, but the orange goes even deeper. The green you can use, I think, all over the body. Of course, it'll work on the heart really well, but I don't know. I think the green feels like it pulls off a different type of etheric layer of problems off your body. Yes, orange kyanite. Oh, maybe she's putting those words in as I talk, I guess. All right, let's see. My third rock here I'm talking about is simple old. Wait. Oh, I forgot this one. This is an orange selenite. I don't know if you guys have seen this. This is my last piece I have. It's a sphere, but this is really good for the sacral also. I didn't used to believe that it was natural in the very beginning. I'm like, oh, they dyed it. And I hate things that are dyed. They really irritate me because I can feel the dye and I feel the dirt. A lot of dyes are very chemically dirty. But anyway, it's not. This is natural. This works great. I will put this under the table sometimes if I know I have a client that has some big sacral issues. Well, we all do. But like if you've got something really tough like fibroid tumors or they're trying to get pregnant and having trouble getting pregnant, that can really help you open that up. Or if you're worried about things gathering in there, or you're having radical periods, or going through menopause, or you're young and you're just getting used to like your IUD or something funky like that. We're all going through cycle stuff. Okay, so the other one I want to talk about is Himalayan Salt. It's got a few minutes. So this is one in the shape of a heart. Very fabulous. You know, it's just salt. But the Himalayan salt has what they say there's 31 elements and minerals in there. But these are really good on headaches. I use these a lot on your temples. I get headaches from sometimes when I've been working really hard, or I'm really worried about things, or I'm stressing about things. How about one whole year last year? These are really good in the back of the necks. We have psychic spots right behind our ears. Oh, it feels fabulous. This one, now they will decompose. You know, it's not a super solid mineral. So that's the backside where it wasn't exposed. They collect dust, so use a brush on them. You can use a little water on it, but it will decompose it a little bit. So this is my yin and yang ones. These are kind of funny. I tend to just put crystals on them because they hold crystals really well. But they glow real nice, just like the selenite. But they kind of do the same thing as the selenite in a different way. You've seen the big lights out of them. I have some candles. They're super dusty, though. It's kind of bugging me. Here's your basic salt candle, right? I have sage in there. I tend to drop things that are burning in there. There's your basic orange one. There's a lot of fake ones, and they don't smell like salt. This totally smells like the beach. So smell them, and then you know if they're real. Like there's some white salt candles. I've got one over in the window that actually plugs into your computer and does like a little rainbow trip. So that's fun, but energetically doesn't do much. Now the lights, I have quite a few of those in my house, but you don't have to have them on for them to work. If you have allergies, if you're nervous, they're good to have by your bed. You can't have too many by your bed. Just make sure you have a little dish underneath them, or 2 dishes underneath them. One underneath like 2 dishes, a dish and a dish, because they condense all the time. I live by the ocean, so our air is always wet. I have all my windows open all the time. So if it's moist at all, the salt will decompose and it will get on your furniture and make you really upset. So it's better to have a double dish so it doesn't decompose. And then, like I said, you don't have to have a light on, but you can, and it just gives you pleasure and soothes your mind about it, right? And I have found out if you leave the light on all the time and don't turn it off and on, that light bulb will last a good year, almost to the day, those tiny little night light bulbs. So they're a very, very good thing to have. And if you have kids who are nervous at night, nervous sleepers, wake up a lot, the salt is really good for them. But it's also like what we're going through right now, and all these tense times that we have. And I don't know about salt and EMF, but I tell you, if it changes the air and changes your ions in your room, I think it's combating our electromagnetic frequency that's way too strong right now. Okay. All right. Hang on. Don't sign me off yet. There was one more thing I wanted to say. 3 minutes. Okay, yeah, real quick. I want to do a little bit about how crystals work in your hands, just real fast. So say, like, if you want to try this now, so we have energy. We are electromagnetic creatures. We are minerals and we are water. So we conduct energy, right? So a simple way is to feel your hands, rub your hands together and then sort of bounce them. See with me? There we go. Just sort of bounce them like this. After about 3 times, you can start feeling a little wow, wow, wow. You're feeling your own energy. Now, if you put your hands down a little lower at your heart and inhale, and then bounce your hands, you're gonna feel a little more. So if you do it with a crystal, either going like this or going like this and pulling up, and going around and feeling that crystal on your hand, or if it's pointy, you can go around it, because right here in the middle of your hand is very, very thin, and you can feel your pulse, you can see your blood, you can kind of feel that behind your eyes and behind your heart. So you can check with your own body first before you play with the rock, and that's a very thin spot. So I like to invite people to try to feel the crystal in the middle of their hand first. Oh, whoo, I feel that really fast. Bing! But I think, by warming your hands up, your body's like, oh, I'm feeling something in my hand. And then so you try the rock and you move. I always do this like roundy round thing. So when it's coming to the middle of your hand, and then when it's coming away from the middle of your hand and coming in and then away, you're going to feel that bing, bing, bing. You're going to feel pressure. You're going to feel heat or a tickle. Everybody feels one of them usually. So that's how you start feeling it. That's how you start feeling the crystal. Now, if you've got it through two hands, you're going to be feeling that energy run through your body from one hand to the other. And that's what we try to do, is to get it to go. I don't have the camera load up. You want it to run from hand across your shoulders back to the other hand. And eventually, as you do it, after a few minutes, you'll feel across your heart. And then you're working with your heart energy. So what words you pull in, what spirit you pull in, is how you get your energy bigger and cleaner and clearer for spring. So you get yourself cleaner and clearer, and that makes you stronger. Once you get stronger, then you can start raising your vibration. Once you start raising your vibration, more things are going to come into you. You're going to start bringing in, once you feel better and you clean some stuff off your body that you don't need anymore, that these crystals can help pull off your body, the more room you're going to make in your system. Just like in feng shui, when you clear out a space outside, a lady come to my house and try to do somebody says, how do you build a crystal grid? That will be a whole nother 30 minutes, but I could do that if you want. I had a feng shui lady come here and she's like, oh, well, you have no room for anything new in your life. Oh, bummer. So you have to clean some stuff out of your energy, so more room for new things to come in. So think about, tomorrow's the equinox. So think about what you want. So you make space for your dreams, your projects, new places, new projects, new dreams, new places, new people. So then you can access, and then it starts opening up to new connections of people, your projects that you've got in your mind. And all of a sudden people are like, oh yeah, I wanted to build a barn and have a healing center too. Or, oh yeah, I want to do that thing in the mountains. Oh yeah, I'm into the trees too. Let's talk. So it just starts coming in. So that's the main reason you work with crystals. You bring in the white light of the Holy Spirit, you awaken God in your heart, and then you start clearing yourself out and you get really pure. And that is the whole goal. And of course, eat well and get outside. And exercise as much as you can and keep yourself clean. And then you can make anything happen, I promise. Okay, that's about it for today. I'll be back next Friday, and I love you. And I miss you, and I hope to touch you soon, because I miss people. I'm such a people person. So it's time, and everything's opening up now, and the masks are going to be getting off. We're going to have a big mask burning party, and be free. All right? I love you. I'll see you. That's it. Bye.